So, some random red flags I'm going to speak to you about today, especially when you don't really know a person and you start a relationship with them right away. Like, you get married in less than a year after you've been talking to someone, not really knowing who they are. So I have some random stories about this woman. She met this guy through a friend. They dated for less than a year before they were married. Now, throughout their dating months, she had her family look him up, and they didn't find anything. So sometimes when you look a person up, you don't find anything right away, especially if you look up the public site or the free sites. Sometimes you have to go really in depth and look nationwide on a person, because a person can do a crime in D.C. and move to Philadelphia, or they can do a crime in L.A. and move to Ohio. And if you only look up the public site, the free county website, you won't find what they did in D.C. So if you really want to find something out before you get serious with somebody, you probably need to hire a private investigator or do a more in-depth search. So this woman, she was dating this man. He's 60. She is in her 40s. Well, she is 39. She was 39 when they met. She's 40 now, and he's 60, maybe plus. I know he's 60, at least 60. He told her he was living in the basement of an apartment. There's nothing wrong with that, because I think he was living in D.C. or somewhere where the rent is high and the apartments are not that big. D.C., New York, you know. So she never did go for his house, and the reason she gave was that that it was COVID time, and she wasn't about to go over nobody's house during COVID. But still, they dated, and they got married during the COVID season. I kind of know what she means, not dating anybody during COVID or not going over a lot of people's houses, but because I didn't do that. Excuse me. But if she's going to actually date him, see him, sleep with him, you might as well go over his house. Like, you exchange your germs anyway. So I think that was an excuse. She knew he was hiding something, but she married him anyway. Now, in this case, I would have did an investigation on him. Now I don't know whether he said you can't come over or whether he just didn't invite her over, but that was a whole year, almost a year they were dating. I don't know where they met up at to be intimate. He always came over her house. That doesn't make sense to me, what she said. But about a couple months before their anniversary, 1 year anniversary, so they got married less than a year, she got a notice that they were being prosecuted because he was stealing money from this organization. I think it's an organization that he works for and or he has business partners. But the headline was he was stealing money so he can send his son to camp. Like, that sounded kind of ridiculous, but then she revealed that she left him, served him divorce papers because she was implicated in his prosecution because she found out he was embezzling or stealing millions of dollars. So, yeah, I don't blame her for leaving that situation. That's crazy. Like, you're not going to get me caught up in some illegal crap. Like, come on now. And probably he just married her as a scapegoat or, to help make him look like he's a stand-up guy. He has a wife, So, ladies and men, like, investigate people you dating. That's crazy. And then somebody is on a dating site. This man said, "Hi, I would like to chat with you. Maybe we can do FaceTime, or do you just want to talk on the phone?" This lady said, "Well, the only app I have is the Apple app, which you can do FaceTime, and WhatsApp, but she doesn't use WhatsApp, and she doesn't know if they have like a face-to-face video thing. So she said, here's my number." So she gave this dude her number 3 days ago, and he read the message the same night. He hasn't responded back to her, and he hasn't called her. So I'm thinking she can just red X that guy and keep it moving. Because if he's going to be that bold to say, I want to start talking to you FaceTime or on the phone, you give him your number. He reads the message a couple hours later that night. He doesn't respond by the app, by the dating app, or calls her. I think that's weird. So many people play games. I think he's just on there just to get some attention, make himself feel better, see if he still got it. And she should just red X him. Now I'm going to talk about a situation where it's obvious that this woman should have ran. Actually, she knew better because she's seeing this guy who's engaged to another lady. So she decided to be somebody's mistress in the first place. So I don't feel bad for her. Actually, I think she was in on it. She had something to do with this. So this guy who is engaged to this other woman, unsuspected woman, he doesn't who doesn't know her fiance is cheating, and she does not suspect that he wants to kill her. So after so many years of dating and being engaged, he decides to play a game of smell. You know what the game of smell is? Guess the scent of a candle. So he blindfolds her and gave her different scents of candles to smell. As she was smelling one candle, he picked up a bat and started beating her upside the head with it. Yep, her fiance, who's having an affair with some other lady, decides to kill her after he blindfolds her and tricks her into a game of smell. Now, his mistress said he called her and said that he demands her to drive him to Colorado. First of all, ain't nobody gonna demand me to do nothing. Especially, see, she ain't got no morals anyway. So I'm gonna say, especially if you're a guy who has a fiance and you're messing around on her. So this mistress didn't have morals anyway. So yes, she's gonna do what he demands because she's desperate. Because ain't no way I'm gonna be a mistress to a man or anybody who's married or has fiance, has a girlfriend, lives with somebody, has a girlfriend that lives in another state. No, that's just no self-respect. Like, come on. Anyway, she drove before she got in the car and drove him to Colorado. He demanded she get cleaning supplies first. That's gonna ignite another red flag. And then I'm gonna say, why do you need cleaning supplies? Why can't you get them yourself? But this woman, who's desperate, who's lacking self-respect for herself, she does what he says. So, oh yeah, and it was his ranch. So he owned the ranch in Colorado somewhere. So, when his mistress was being questioned by the police, she tells the police she had no idea what was going on. She walked to the house with the cleaning supplies. She saw blood everywhere, and her boyfriend, or whatever you want to call this man, told her she better clean that mess up. Now, I would have cleaned it up, but I would have been there in the first place because he's not going to demand me to drive nowhere. First of all, that would have created argument, or that would have created like, boy, bye. I don't know who you think you're talking to. So, I say this. Women, men, don't be so desperate, or don't be so quick to jump in a relationship where you ignore signs that are being slapped in your face. Like, come on. there's a lot of people in here in this world you can date. Why date a married man, married woman? Why be somebody's mistress or fling when they're with somebody and you know it? Now, there's nothing wrong with having a friend if you're both on the same level. I don't want a relationship. I just want somebody to hang out with. You're single, I'm single. I'm not messing around with nobody's husband, nobody's fiance. Yeah, that's fine. But don't lower your self-esteem to be with nobody, especially when they have no respect for you and no respect for the person they're married to. So if a man or woman treats his present girlfriend or wife or husband or boyfriend shitty, and you decide to mess with him or her, you're just asking for it. I mean, you deserve to be treated like crap. First of all, you're interfering in somebody's relationship and you know it. Second of all, you know how this person treats his present or her present boyfriend at the same time, and you still choose to be in that relationship. I feel no kind of ways sorry for you. Because the red flags are slapping you in the face. You see the red flags. They don't have to slap you. You see that they're married or involved with somebody. So you see what you shouldn't be doing, but you doing it anyway because it's fun. Because I don't have enough self-esteem for myself to get somebody that's single, to get somebody that I have to work to build a relationship with. So I'm going to sleep with somebody's man or woman. Ooh. See how that turns out. Next time, do your research. Don't jump in relationships. And have more self-respect. When you know the person is already married, is already in a relationship. Yeah, when you're young, 19, 20s, maybe early 30s, 30s you should know. But you dumb, yeah, I can take him from his wife or I can take her from her husband. We're going to live happy ever married, happy ever after. You think that way in your 20s. Or when somebody says, I'm separated, we just not divorced yet. Or we staying together for the kids until the kids graduate. Or I don't have anywhere to move out. I'm living in the basement. But we still separated. You can call the house. I can call you. I don't sleep in the bedroom. I sleep on the couch. Yeah, sometimes that's true. But you still don't want to get involved in that crap. Nope, you still don't want to get involved in that crap. And then, little situations like this, you should pay attention to. If somebody tells you or lists on a dating app that they're younger than what they are, and you find out later after you've been dating that they're older, take that as a warning sign. If somebody would lie about their age, they'll lie about anything. Don't keep dating that person. Or if they lie about how many kids they have. I only have 2 girls. Then you find out they have a baby boy. And then, luckily, this person found out within a couple of weeks while they were talking. And then the guy's going to say, I told you you had 3 kids. But the lady said, no, you only had 2 kids listed on your profile. You didn't tell me you had 3 kids, but you snuck it in our conversation. Little things like that, don't ignore that, because the lies and the deceit will get even worse throughout your relationship. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If a person gets irritated because you're asking questions, they probably are hiding something. And it's best that you don't waste your time with that person. Until next time, look out for those red flags.